Well, hello there. It's Friday night. It is time for Guitar Safari. Hello there, Seth. How are you?
I'm dandy.
You are dandy?
I'm dandy.
Here you go.
That's a thing still, right? Dandy?
I suppose it is.
I mean, no one really knows what dandy is. Like, I'm dandy. Well, shit, explain further because you might be in a bad mood and I wouldn't know it. Anyway.
Well, let's go ahead before we get talking too much. Let's start off and just welcome folks in, because Randy Crooks is always glad to be first in the chat, and he's saying hello to us and everyone.
Hello, Randy.
There you go. We got Herb of Fireside Studios saying howdy, fellas.
Shredding 80s.
See that Herb has a new video up, so it's worth going over there and checking out.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, Matt of McCollum Music is saying ayo.
It was nice chatting, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, McCollum Music's got a lot of shred, a lot of good tone in the house.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got.
And you know what? I'm calling you Tony from now on.
You're calling him Tony,
right? It's got good tone.
Tony.
Like, people be like, "What the fuck? His name is Matt, dude. Why do you keep calling him Tony?" I know why.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We got Mark Taft in the house saying hello to us and everyone.
What up, dude?
We got Steve Reeser in the house saying
Steve.
Cheers.
Not a left-handed guitar, right-handed guitar in that orientation.
That's right.
All right.
We got Unfucking Believable saying yo to the chatosphere.
I like the chatosphere word.
I like that. That's a good one.
I mean, when you're deeming words as your own, you've entered a level of, like, you know, people that make up their own words, like Shaq. You know, people just make their own words, and you're like, okay, that's a word. I'm not going to.
All right. Now we can go with that.
I'll go with that.
And he's followed by BC Rich 581 saying hello to everybody.
BC Rich, boo 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 boo. I built the bass, dibby dibby doop doop. Helped a kid help me, do 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 do. It turned out pretty good, but you could tell that a kid helped, do 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 do. But it's awesome, dude. I love this bass. It's a Halloween themed bass. Maybe I'll pull it off the wall later. It's not quite done, but it's getting there.
Sounds like a plan. We got Dasher Dave saying sup all. Well, hello there, Dave. How are you?
D.
And we got Eddie Faye.
What up, Eddie?
Así que nos volvemos en encontrar amigos. Es hora del safari de guitarras. So basically, it's the time for Guitar Safari. And the other part is return.
I thought it says, I'm hungry. Will you buy my guitar for two and give me 2 empanadas for my guitar? I'm pretty sure that's what that's.
It could be that too.
All right. Are we here? Wait, we're going to do a little bit of the.
We have Guitar Man 45 saying, can I hang two fellas? Why, of course. It wouldn't be a show without Bo.
Oh, yes, you can.
That's right. And we have Cushman NYC in the chat saying, hey, all. Okay, let's see. We got Time Surfing Alien, the coolest avatar in all of YouTube's, saying, hey. Let's see.
Delicious.
And Unfucking Believable wants to know he is not dandy.
I'm not dandy.
And John Duchesne says, hello, everybody. Well, hello there, John. How are you doing?
John, what's cracking, dude? Well, maybe I'll be dandy after a little bit of this sugar water.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And we got Jade Guitars in the house. He's saying hi to everybody. And hello there, Jade Guitars.
I love that logo. Jade Guitars. I must be subscribed. I'm subscribed to a lot, but I should be.
I was watching Jade's channel the other day. The guy does a lot with guitar finishes and was really enjoying it. I need to go over there and check out a whole bunch more.
Yes, if it's about finishing guitars and enjoying it. Because for me, I think, well, when it comes to doing finishes, I'm starting to like it more. It's not my favorite part. My favorite part is like the final setup and dialing.
Yeah. I can see that.
Bone nut cutting. Just the final, you know, making sure all the specs are set. I guess that's because when I get to play them, usually is when they're at that. But I'm starting like staining, sanding, sanding a back. All there's so much sanding. It's sanding.
There is way too much sanding.
50% of Lutherie is sanding, and then the other stuff is all fun. Electronics can be fun and can be a pain in the ass.
But
into something.
I think my favorite part is, especially at least with the fabric tops, is really figuring out what is the best layout for that particular guitar in that particular piece of fabric.
Right, the graphic design aspect of that, which you really have to be ahead of before you even start anything.
Yeah,
that's going to be the first part of it for sure.
We have Vox Guitar Rock saying, "What's up, everybody?" Well, what's up?
What up, Vox? Yo,
hey, Papa Blue right after him. Hello there.
What up, Papa Blue?
Wow, they're just all here tonight.
They're hanging out. They're just hanging out. It's a Friday night. We got a holiday weekend. Hopefully people aren't driving. Bonkers.
Bonkers is here with us.
Dude.
And Bonkers was followed by Brother Ben Coons.
What? Brother Ben Coons in the house.
And let's see, who else do we have here?
It doesn't matter after Ben. I mean, come on. I'm just
I don't know.
Other people matter.
Metalworks may have something to say about that. And he's saying, cheers, Charles and Seth.
Eddie didn't like that at all when I said that, huh? Hip. He was like, Hip's on his way.
Let's see. Who else do we have? And I think that pretty much rounds out.
Does it?
Or at least who is communicating.
We will have people entering in as they, maybe Phil went long. Maybe people are making like pasta.
But we're not doing bad here. We're right on target for our normal audience. We're 7 minutes in. We have 29 people that are in with us right now.
28. I'm just kidding. I don't know who left.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm just sorry. 25. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. Okay, now here's the thing.
In
question for you and the chat, Charles. Thinking about here's the question.
All right.
Do you feel that hot weather, and especially extended periods of hot weather, 7 to 10 days of extended hot weather, increases your chances of getting a good deal?
Normally when by the end of summer, like this time, right before September, I usually find it's a really good time to get a good deal, but I'm not really seeing that as much this year.
At local shops is what you're saying, is what you're telling me, right?
Well, in the local area, it's like, my local haunts that I usually shop at, like, the pawn shops I usually go to, the quality of the merchandise has not been there. Right. And, usually there's at least one, there's one or two really good things to pick from, but I'm not seeing that quality.
So you're just walking out if it's all crap. You don't know nothing to even to look at. Right. Yeah.
And so, when I look at the local marketplace here in terms of like Facebook Marketplace and, Craigslist, whatever, that same thing, there's good stuff out there.
Yeah.
But
I have a gamut. I have a juicy Craigslist.
But the prices in some cases are there and aren't there, right?
I find the exact same thing. It's funny. Some of what should be underpriced equipment, because the people are the person that has, not a lot of guitars and not a lot of experience and has one cheap guitar might for some reason get out there and start thinking that their Squire is worth like, $280. And I'm like, 280? What are you? This is, So there's that out there. But then you also have what I think is people that do know their equipment value, but they're like, I got to get out of this because I want something else, or I'm just done with this. So, but then they're not great prices. But anytime I see a Craigslist price, I know there's a little room in that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind so much the prices that are on the Facebook Marketplace and the Craigslist because they're negotiable, right? And it's like, you set your price, and if it's in the shape you want it, then I think those deals are there. But when you're looking for something specific, where you're like, I've got all the, I've got all the things I want to have, but I'm looking for this one particular piece of gear.
Right.
I'm not finding the deal is there because, the deals are there if you want that deal you bump into.
Yes. If you're looking for deals, you have to go with what the deal is that presents.
Brother William?
Or you just always stay on the beat for your given, like everybody in here knows, or most people here know that when I do my search, I'll search for Carvin guitars because I love them. Or I'll take a look around for Parkers to see what's on the market. And generally all those Carvin and Parker player owners are educated enough to not, nothing's given away. But at some point, you can tell when somebody's just done with a guitar or they have a big collection or, you know what I mean? Like it's it's an honest price is I guess what I'm saying.
Right.
And then Reverb, do you get like your daily feed that it sends you I get a text actually. There's a bing, hey, look at this. It's Reverb. And number one, I hate that because I always think that I sold a guitar when I'm like, aha! Oh,
I tell you, when I get the Reverb one, it's never what I really want to see. Right? It's the stuff that I've been looking at for years.
Right, but as a seller, I have to have my notifications on, so I'll know the moment I sell something, so I can, go home, get the box together, whatever it is.
Right.
But I get that notification every day, and then now if I'm on my break, whatever, I look at it because I like to see. And man, I've seen some good, like a Fender special run Stratocaster, but the kind with no pick guard, 3 single coil pickups, flame top. Mexican made, but rosewood neck, $800.
Right.
That's a fair price.
And I think there's good deals on Mexican Fenders right now. I'm finding reasonable deals on that, but that's not what I'm looking for. I see
American stuff out there too, though, dude. Yeah.
But let's get the chat back involved here. Michael Cross says his local store is overstocked again. Yes. 20% off new, 15% off new. I guess that was supposed to be used, but and they all have, and they have some nice stuff. Well, that's good. That's good.
Well, hell yeah, that's good. So here's what happened.
Welcome,
in my opinion. What up? So they were building guitars like gangbusters when COVID happened because everybody was at home and everybody was learning how to play guitar. Yeah. And even after that, guitar, I think, kind of continued to have this boom. All these small companies that started and sold some guitars, everybody, doubled down and throttled down, and everybody made so many guitars that in 2021, 22, and 23 just was this explosion of too many guitars.
Right.
And now we're kind of balancing that out where, they're all boiling out to where they need to be for less money.
Let's pick up where Herb's got something to say here. He says he seldomly buys used. He's always afraid of what he'll end up with. Then the whole process of filling out a claim is a pain in the ass. So I've bought 3 or 4 used from eBay years ago, though. Yeah. I get that.
eBay seems more sketch than Reverb because Reverb provides protections, and it really needs to be what's represented in the photos.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not represented that way, then you can, ask. You can send. They'll give you a label, and you can send it back and get 100%, depending on the price, right? Or the refund, or they'll just say keep it if it's damaged. Keep it and you get 100% refund, which is always fun. But then you're like, oh, I got this broken guitar now.
Or you could be like William. He said he recently picked up a Spira, a Slovenian-made fiddle, not too shabby, very fair priced. So.
I like that. Well, see, in those instances, a lot of people, rare instruments or, off the mainstream instruments are valuable and people don't know it. If you find yourself a saxophone, dude, and it's just sitting there and I'm getting rid of that, take it because the saxophone is valuable and a lot of people don't know that. Actually, that's, come to think of it, Charles, if you wanted to be on like Safari still and be successful, Safari, maybe guitars aren't the way to go nowadays, because Guitar Safari is kind of shot. I need to be on freaking saxophone safari.
Well, yeah, I think one of the things that's always helped me get a really good deal is I like kind of weird stuff, and and I'm willing to look at something that I wasn't necessarily looking for if the deal is there, right? And but now I'm like really happy with the stuff I have, and so there's specific things I'm looking to bring in. And,
Totally.
and I'm finding that once you're really honed in on here's a specific thing that I want,
Totally.
it's a lot harder to find that deal.
Yep.
Right.
If it's a really good deal, like I have like zero interest at all in gender reassignment surgery, but if you're giving me 90% off,
Randy Crooks is saying he tries to buy used, but sometimes new is the only way to get what I want. And
absolutely,
I get
totally.
that. But
good
the
deals. Go.
ahead, I'm sorry.
When a good deal hits, it might not be exactly what you came in the door for, but oftentimes that could be the reward for going through the door.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And the thing is, I'm also looking at, when right now I know exactly what I want, and I know I'm going to have to pay more for it. And so, but we're also looking at prices on gear have gone way up, right? And so on
certain gear, you're right. the certain stuff. So how do you do that? I got a question for you. Do you do a budget for an item? How does that work for you? Or do you kind of just have your savings account, or maybe it's just your checking and you let it get to a certain spot where you're like, oh, okay, it's here now. That's bing, bing, bing. Now I can do that purchase. Or do you actually set aside a separate fund for?
It really depends. If there's something that I'm looking for that I know I'm really looking for it, then I'm saving the money for it.
Like when you got maybe your amp or something, you just saved specifically for your tube amp.
Exactly.
Like, I'm getting the tube amp.
I'm putting aside this so that when I find what I want, I can get it.
Swirling, right? Yeah.
And then sometimes you just move around. When you're
terrible
when you work in the available deal, then you might say, well, I'll just reallocate some things later.
For me, it's always like work real hard, and when the money gets up to a certain level,
right?
I'm like, let me look through now for my favorite things, thinking, oh, I got a little bit of money there, and then if I find what I like, then I know I can go in and at least
well, yeah, so
try to dance.
And I get that, but the thing that I'm finding though, if I want to go to a bigger place that has more of a selection to find things like, so if you're going to go, say, Guitar Center, or you're going to go to Sweetwater, you're going to something like that,
right?
You're really going to pay the price, whether it's new or used, right? Those prices are much higher than your local mom and pop or your local community, right? You're going to pay the premium, but you're paying really the premium to get, I guess, the selection.
Hold on. You think that Reverb you're paying a big premium?
No, not Reverb. I think Reverb's the exception. I'm seeing better deals on Reverb than I am on say, like Guitar Center and Sweetwater for used gear.
Yeah, I haven't gone in Guitar Center in quite a while, but I really should. I always have fun when I'm in there a little bit. I feel like every guitar in Guitar Center has already been just too molested. You know what I mean? Like it's
hey Wayne.
I just am leery. I'm like, ooh, I like that, but bring me one that isn't touched, which is weird. And
and that's the thing about Reverb too, because I am looking for something specific right now, and I came across some ones that I thought were really nice, but I already knew I was too emotionally invested.
Right.
So, so I sent the listings to a trusted friend, and so he could look at them in detail dispassionately and tell me everything that was wrong with them.
Well,
right. And also I'm pricing gear that's way out of the range of what I normally buy.
Yep. do you are you thinking about a vintage instrument, or are you comfortable with getting a brand new one?
I'm comfortable with getting a brand new one, but I also don't want to pay full price, so I'm open to new. And
No, what I meant was a brand new one, like a new year, like a 2023 or something like. Versus, you don't need a for what you're going for. I assume it's a Gretsch, just off all your gas off
it
of
is
our last week. So, going off of that, you could go back and go for a vintage high dollar, or you can get a brand new one that's still high dollar and amazing. Like the way you guys have talked about them so much and hearing them. I don't think I need one in my life, but I know I need a guitar with TV Jones pickups in my life now.
There you go.
Or the sorry, what do they call the ones that are in the inside the Gretches?
Well, those Filtertrons, right?
Filtertrons, yes. But TV Jones makes a bunch of pickups, but they make a great filter.
They make a
That's what I meant to
Filtertron,
say. A TV Jones Filtertron is what I meant. So that's kind of what I could do. Ooh, maybe that Strat I was talking to you about, the sky blue or Daphne blue relic with the flame maple neck with the rosewood, and then mint green pick guard. Maybe I could do the Filtertron, 2 Filtertrons in that.
There you go.
Filtertrons they're single coil pickups. Am I right? I have very little experience with them.
No, they're not a single coil. They're more like a humbucker, but a different sound, I think.
And are they splittable? Do they do a split thing?
I've never seen a Filtertron split.
Yeah, split. Okay, all right.
I could be wrong about whether it's single, but they're the shape. They're the shape and the size of a humbucker.
Yes, yeah. I was wondering if because I'd never really had any experience with them having a push pull or being splittable, but that'd be interesting because it's easy to add in. They're a low output humbucker and can be split.
Yep. Well,
bam. Thank you, Ben.
That is right. No, I should know better. The TV Classic that's in that Junior is
okay. That has a tap on it or a split.
It is not split right now, but it is splittable as for.
They sound like ass, so only do that if you're adding an ass button, is what Ben says. They sound like ass.
Yeah, when you split them, they're very anemic. They're very anemic when you split them.
Yeah, and a lot of times on Gretches, you have to use those shims to get the pickups up to the correct height under the strings. Am I right? So. I've experienced a lot of Gretches where the pickups, in my opinion, seemed like they were way far away from where they should be and had really no adjustment that was going to get them there.
Well, Eddie Fay has a good question. So I've been wanting to get to this for a little bit.
Do it.
He says, is there a piece of gear you lusted after as a teen and now maybe you can find it for cheap? And it was used in your favorite albums?
A piece of I'd love to get a Gorilla amp if I could get a cheap Gorilla amp, because it was my first amp and I don't have that. That would be fun. Yeah.
I don't have one that fits that mold. I don't have.
What would be another piece of cheap gear that I would like to have from back in the day? Well, let me think on. Let me simmer on that. There's so many cool things that. What up, Greasy Monkey? No shims. They are mounted using pickup rings like a Gibson, but okay. It seems like sometimes those pickups are fixed. I know that there's screws on top, but they only go up so high. Like Gibson pickups, you can get them right underneath the strings.
Well, the one that I've gotten in Junior here, it's really completely adjustable.
Okay. It might be a different pickup than I'm thinking of.
There, Mitch. Like how you doing?
Yo, what up, Mitch? What the Mitch Heyman is going on?
But there's different ways they can be mounted as well. But I don't know. So, but I'm finding that because I want, like I said, I'm looking for a Gretsch 6120, and I'm looking for it in Cadillac green.
Ooh, Cadillac green. Come on now.
Gravitating towards the Nashville model on that. But I'm not locked in on the Nashville model, right?
Well, but you might do the Brian Setzer if you got a good deal.
Are much higher than what I think they should be. Like for example, I was looking at a 6120 in the blue, a while back, and I was a fool because it was $1,700 and I didn't buy it. I was waiting for it to go to 15, and then it sold. So
okay.
So now I'm looking at both new and used 6120s, and I'm not real happy with the prices.
Boy, 1,700 on a guitar right now. Not in the cards for me.
No, it's not. It's I cannot find a 6120 that's in the shape that you would want to have.
Right.
That price right now. And this one that I was looking at, it was absolutely the one that I had been looking at was absolutely gorgeous.
The blue one, it was perfect.
Guitar Man 45 says the bigger stores always give me the best deal. They know I'll just send the product back if I'm not satisfied.
Yes, very smart.
Oh, yeah, we don't all have Bo's buying power.
But when you have buying power and they respect you, you can have that relationship and feel more comfortable because they'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie Fay says some weird guitar shops have niches. For example, Finger Swagger in Spokane Valley has 80 and 90s pro rack gear for dirt cheap, but then you need to have rack space for sure.
But I love that. Like they found something because you can find it for nothing. You can buy, they probably buy storage lockers full of it.
Oh, there's Zach Thong.
What up, ZT? Yo, I love, man, that was some really dedicated typing with the, I usually just do initials with the devil fingers in between everybody's, but lazy. All right.
Michael Krause says cheap gear. I own 2 Boss MG10 mini amps because Adrian Belew used them, and they're almost throwaway now.
I'm holding on to it, but I have a Street Cube by Roland that is almost throwaway now too. It just kind of just gave up. I'm was going to take it apart and clean it and blah blah blah, but it's seen its day maybe.
Yeah. And Greasy Monkey Guitars says he's been lusting after the Brian Setzer 6122 T Smoke. Mm-hmm. It's so sexy. Oh, and that it is. There's
one going in my area on a Craigslist for $2,000, but I think it's orange.
There is a trans green one on trans green Brian Setzer on Reverb, and it's absolutely gorgeous until you look at the back and you realize that it's damaged on the bottom. And it was something that I was so excited about when I was looking at the guitar. I didn't see it. I didn't look at that picture of the back very closely.
Totally.
And Unfucking looked at it and said, "You saw that, right?" I said, "No, I didn't." I didn't say that.
See, that's a good friend, right? You got it. Yeah, because you were like, Well,
yeah, no, because I was like, I have decided that it is time to get the 6120, and and so I'm actively looking for the best deal I get. I want to purchase in a way where I have absolutely no regrets.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know I'm too excited about it, and so I was like, hey, let me send him to look at, and because I know he's like really critical when he looks at stuff on Reverb and stuff like that.
I mean, you could also buy a kit, and you might buy really good pickups, right? Mm-hmm. So buy expensive pickups, buy a kit, get some good hardware, and just build one to your spec, and you'll be happy with it. I mean, it won't be a Gretsch, but I mean, it'd be cool to have your own.
Yeah, and so Unbelievable was the one I was sending him the 6120, and he wasn't, and he was like, yeah, there's this wrong with this one, there's this wrong with this one, things that I wasn't seeing. So it was like, it was very helpful.
That was a hard part of the job at the guitar desk, intaking people's instruments and pointing out a bunch of stuff that they didn't see and stuff that, like, especially acoustic guitars. Oh, well, your bridge is lifting, and the,
Right.
the belly is bowing, and it really kind of looks like your neck is kicked to where you're going to need a reset. So we're looking at $2,400. How does that sound? And they're like, the guitar was $600. You're like, yeah, that's kind of the deal. That's what's happening here. So yeah.
Well, Bo has an update tomorrow. He's going to look at a couple 6120s at Motor City, and he has a feeling one of them is coming home.
That is hilarious. That's amazing. They've got great tone. Yep.
The throwaway culture era. Yeah.
My buddy Todd has a few really nice Gretches. One that he bought to replace one that he lost on tour in the 90s, which was just like a tragic story, and telling me about going through, like, when you have a guitar that you love. And I mean, for me, I've had surfboards I think that I love more than like almost any guitar. And I know the feeling of like when they're gone or when they break. It's like a heartbreak.
Well, Rody's Jam Case says new guitar day for him. He got an FELP DC special.
Oh, hell yes. Double cut. Yes. I love me an Epi. New guitar day, double cut, special. You know what? Dude, I need to make a double cut Les Paul. All the Les Pauls I made so far, and I'm on like Les Paul number 5. Looking at this one, let me count. I think I'm on 5. This is probably 5. I haven't done any double cut Les Pauls.
Well, Zach Thong says he's dedicated to his community. He loves being part of the community, and we love having Zach as part of the community. So,
well, hell to the yeah.
That's right.
You know that. So I've done a bunch of double cuts, but they're all like, they're PRS style. Okay. So, but they're not like I like that junior, like your junior with the one. Well, that's a single cut junior, but I like the ones that are double cut with one pickup.
Okay.
That's kind of a cool.
That's the way to go.
Cool little style. Also, you save yourself some money. Just do the wraparound. Do a good wraparound tailpiece. And you got one pickup, one tailpiece. You could do, one volume, one tone, or just volume. Run like a little hot rod, and you save a lot of money in parts. Actually, you're not doing a 3-way switch. You're not doing any switch. You're not doing another pickup. So, and pots are expensive too.
So Eddie Faye's got a good question, right? He says, so if you win the Powerball tomorrow night, besides a new pair of comfy shoes, what music gear are you going to buy? Walk into Sweetwater, look at the first salesperson and say, wrap it up, I'll take it.
Sweetwater would be great to get down there and actually go through that huge building, look.
I'm gonna buy the Gretsch wall.
Mm-hmm. Another great place if you're in the area, it almost burned down in the LA fires, is the Hollywood Guitar Center. Has a amazing guitar wall, like their vintage guitar wall. Oh my god, it's all back behind lock, and they have pretty heavy security in there.
Michael Krause says Finger Swagger does not have gear posted online. Yes, I was looking. No, I don't have a problem. I love it. Well, it's just really funny because like I was really happy with the gear that I had, and Ben's Orange Sparkle really got me thinking. And then now I'm like, I really do want the 6120. And so I'm actively looking, but I've decided that I'm still going to make sure that I get the deal that I want to get.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I bring it home, I'm going to get grief anyway. So it's got to be worth my while.
And then, at least you're just parking your money, because it is something that you can tap out of at some point if you need to. It's a commodity in the guitar world. They're always moving and fluxing. they're probably not that hard to sell if you're willing to take a tiny bit of a hit.
I love this. Randy says, I don't think winning the Powerball will change the stuff I'm looking for. I would just be able to buy more different stuff. And Michael Krause says, I would buy every model of Roland Jazz course and build a giant stack pyramid.
Randy would probably have both of us on commission like full time if he won the Powerball, just building whatever he wanted.
Well, you know what? We got Terry 3Gs here. She says, evening all. And yes, you do. With guitars that start with G on headstock, Charles, for sure.
Terry, come on. You have every right to make fun of how my dress tonight. This is absolutely, I look like a forest worker. I said something about his orange shirt a long time ago, Charles. And I look like a forest worker tonight. So sorry about that.
Yeah, Eddie Fay, you're right. Yeah, I have to fly into Gretsch Manufacturing and just buy the factory.
Just walk into the place and say, this is the one that I need to take. This is coming home with me. Mm-hmm.
Randy says, great thought, Seth.
Well, I'm always thinking I'm a mover and a shaker. Yeah. This new kit that I got looks good. The flame looks good on it.
Yeah.
There's one little spot where the neck comes together with the heel that I'm just going to have to sand it down, smooth it out a little bit better. But other than that, great flame, good chevron where it's matched up. So.
Well, we got the second round of clear sprayed on the Freedom caster. And it's looking
out of
great.
51 layers of clear you're doing.
It has now got so it's a second spraying, so that means it's got 7 coats on it.
7 coats?
7 to 8 coats on it.
Right.
But it needs 4 more.
It's gonna be deep, y'all. It's gonna be deep and glossy, y'all.
And so you're it's again, like all these that I do, they're not perfect, but oh my god, it looks good.
It looks great. Yeah, no. And perfect is what perfect does. I don't know. I'm really liking this thin skin nitro clear over the veneer top. Because when you do the nitro that you don't buff out to like that real gloss, it doesn't show your fingerprints, as much or really at all especially on this blue and green, versus if you have a black guitar or like a darker and you touch it and you can instantly see the human touch on it. This guitar, if you touch it, you can see the fingerprints because of the poly.
Terry 3G says he may have a deal in brewing.
Ooh, a trade in the house. Oh yeah.
I tell you though, I that's how I got my PV Classic 30 though, because I traded that 245 for it.
You traded what one?
PRS SE 245.
Oh yeah.
That's for it.
That's a cool guitar though. That SE was cool.
It was nice. It was beautiful, but I didn't bond with it. It was gorgeous to look at.
Mm-hmm.
It felt good to play, but it didn't make me want to reach for it. And I have no explanation for that whatsoever.
Did it have like a thick finish on it? Was it kind of a thick poly finish?
It was a thicker finish on it, but it didn't bother me. It wasn't. It's like I can't quantify the reason why I did not bond with this guitar.
I like thinner finishes. I just bond better. The guitars, in my opinion, resonate a little bit better with less finish on them. Like old guitars, maybe when the finish is worn off, that could be partly why they sound better. That there's less constriction. But here's the thing. If you have constriction, because I have had some poly guitars that are phenomenal too. If it's really solid and well done, and then that gives you good resonance sometimes, the poly. But on the Les Pauls, I don't want them super thick and durable. If you bang it, you shouldn't have banged it. You know what I mean? Welcome to the repair shop. Sorry you banged your stuff. Golly.
Oh my.
My. Well, no, I'm saying like it's not like poly where you can do a kind of a dink and you'll be completely fine. You do that on a thin skin nitro and dink, and you're going to see it later. You're going to see that little indentation or whatever it is. So,
Guitar Man 45 said he did not like any of the PRSSC guitars he had. He felt they felt cheap and they went back. Interesting.
I can agree with that to a certain extent. They are a lower quality in the the parts, and they also have less time on each guitar, so a double whammy. I think they're, what is it, the S2 series is like where they start to really come into like where they get really, but you can do a good setup on a SE, you could be okay.
Well, and I think it's everybody has their own thing, right? You all have we all have the things that we gravitate towards and the things that we like, and some people like to have a bunch of inexpensive stuff, and some people only want kind of high test gear, and but it depends on where you are in your journey, I suppose, right?
Dude, but if you are gonna go on to like your local marketplace or Craigslist or something and get a deal, and it is hot, perfect timing.
Oh, they're right.
Summer, hot, heat, hot, right?
Yep.
People don't like to go out in the heat for no reason, right? And they're not going out on a 100-degree day, just because they want to meet you and show you their guitar. They really want to sell that guitar. If it's hot AF and they're still going to come meet you to make the deal, chances are you can walk away from that deal with you can walk away with a high percentage off if you show up. Oh, the pot here, plug it into my little mini amp. Oh, this pot is messed up. This is broken. That is broken. Can I get it for, half of whatever? And they're going to be hot and frustrated and want that thing gone anyway, which is why they're there on a hot ass day. And you get a great deal. That's why I think there's a correlation between summer heat and good deals. A little bit.
I think so.
Yeah. Because who's going to meet you? Like if you call me, if I've got a guitar for sale for $700 and you call me, hey, I really want that guitar, blah, blah, blah. And it's 104 degrees. I might say, I don't think I want to meet today. It's just really hot out there. And I'm just going to not, bother with it. But if I did go out and meet the person and the hot and I drug myself out to wherever to meet,
you're more likely to want to make that deal.
if it was for 600 and said, well, I got 450. Oh man. Oh God.
Well, especially, if someone's been trying to unload it for a while.
If they're sitting around, you can always watch the posting for a while.
I go there. That's one of the things that if I really want something that's on Reverb, I will, I really pay attention to when it was posted. How long has it been sitting there before I make my offer?
Before I started making guitars and I was refurbishing them and reselling them, I would actually call people with the pitch that said, hey, I'm a guitar wholesaler and rehabber, and I will come and buy your guitar, and I then take it, fix it up, clean it up, and I resell it. Here's what I'm willing to offer you. And they're like, and I would say, look, it's because I'm a rehabber. I'm not just going to take it home and play it and deal with whatever problem it might have. I need to really put it back in order. And so I need to give you a little bit, and plus my time and gas and all that stuff involved. And so a lot of times I would get good deals that way. And it's just being kind of honest.
Yeah. Well, it's like, especially if I'm picking up a guitar in order to strip the finish off, I'm not paying for the finish.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if anybody has any kind of emotional connection to something when they're trying to sell it to me, I'm like I'm out immediately. Sorry, I don't want it. If you care about it,
Well, it's like
keep it.
it's that you have to have that that understanding. Yeah, I understand it means a lot to you, but for me, it's not that. I don't have that connection to it. I'm not going to have that connection to it.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
But
Zach Long says though he's quite happy with the guitars he has. He just wants to play. But if he won the lottery, there would be 2 more custom acoustics.
hello, Zach. Hello. Break into the Presley realm. If you're hitting the damn lottery, give me a call. Yeah, schmuck. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I know you get me, and I know that you would call me if you hit the lottery. Although you'd probably be busy buying other more expensive stuff. My stuff's too cheap. I'm starting to have a higher level of like strats and bolt-ons are going to be, in a really nice case with a package, probably with like a shirt and some other, like a higher level of what you get when it's delivered. Maybe a couple of setup tools that, the basic stuff that someone's supposed to have. So you get all that, but it's $1,500, which is still less. That's still like what, less than an American Fender or whatever. But I think I need to come up to that level with my stuff. Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing locally here, I'm seeing really good Mexican Fender prices on Marketplace.
800, 900.
800, 400, 500.
400, they're probably dinged up.
Yeah, but okay, but if I'm picking up
that's true. If you're picking it up,
right,
you're going to fabricate.
That's not a concern.
Right.
It won't stay like that.
But almost with those bodies, you're almost just pull the neck off and order a blank body, because you get a great alder blank body for $110, and it's a pain in the ass.
I know, but just when you go around, turn around for resale, it's a lot easier to sit there and sell something with a Fender name on it than.
Oh, you mean the body too? Yeah.
Well, the body, but if you get the whole thing, you get the whole thing as a unit. Say, yeah, this was a Mexican Fender. Now it's better.
Now it's a fabric top Mexican Fender, right? Still a Mexican Fender,
right?
So what I would do is I would just label. I would buy an American from a company that was selling me a piece of American alder body, right?
Yeah,
and then you can advertise it as, made in Mexico Fender neck, American alder body. Not saying Fender American alder body, just American alder body. Or I even would say sometimes if I got it from AE.
No, I am
Alan.
I have a build plan. I've got an older body, strap body that I got from Guitar Fetish a long time ago, and I've got a great Warmoth neck to go on it. I have this great fabric to go on it, and I'm just trying to decide whether I'm doing the same fabric under a clear pickguard or if I'm going with a white pearloid pickguard that would go well with that fabric. And so again, that's one of my projects down the road, because it's for me, and everybody else's stuff comes first.
I know how that is. I got something that I want to build, and that's it. Always wait for the end. Yo, what up, Paul?
You gotta say hello to Paul as soon as he comes in.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I got this Les Paul that I'm building. I think now maybe I should get a double cut and build it. But summer hasn't had me out buying stuff in the heat, but I've been seeing all the deals, and I just thought it was interesting that the hot weather seems to make, either people want to sell their stuff or they just want to bail out of it because maybe coming into the fall they want to do something cool. I don't know.
And Hobo Roadie is here with us. He says Warmoth body, Korean Squire neck, real rosewood slab fingerboard. Nice.
Yes, Korean Squire neck. I love it. But wait, where did you get that? And it was probably a garage sale or something, you're saying? That you scored that thing?
I don't know if I said hello to Brother Dan Gorman before, but hello, Dan Gorman.
What's up, DG? Dan Gorman.
He's been here for a while. I just didn't remember if I called him out.
Well, we called him out. What's the best deal you ever got during summertime? The best deal that you ever think that you ever scored? during the summer months? Musically related.
No, see, I'm trying to figure out that. I think that was when I did get the PRS SC 245 because I got it for a song compared to what it was worth at the
And
time.
it was crazy hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
Where did you buy it? From a shop?
I bought it. I have my favorite pawn shop, right? And
Yeah. Okay.
all the really great stuff I've gotten has been out of the one pawn shop.
Right.
The guys there are guitar. A couple of the guys that work there are the owner's a guitar guy, and one of the main sales guys is a guitar guy. So usually when they bring stuff in, they bring in some really good stuff. And of course, they know what it's worth, so they try to hold on to it as long as they can at the price they want.
Right.
Well, they're Patrick Trites, and so, but so they know, they know eventually I'm going to buy it.
Right.
So they just try to outweight me.
Hot summer deals, musically related, people. Not talking about the time you scored that really good key down. No, I was just saying. Can I tell you my story about my?
It's a rare thing, Bo, but it does happen.
My best summer deal ever was. I probably told this story once or twice on this channel because we've done a lot of shows. It was so hot. It was 104 or 105 degrees, right? And I'd been searching Craigslist, and there was a G&L that had been sticking around for a while. So that's a double whammy, right? It's around for a while, and it was at like 800 or something. And I said, "Hey, dude, I've been seeing this. I think I'll offer you $5." Right? It's 105 degrees. I'll offer you $500. Now, instant reply. Instant, like bing, 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 bing. Like, whoa, hey, whoa. Oh, wow, that was fast. Oh, okay, all right. Where do you want to meet? Oh, so he wants to meet quickly and badly. So I was like, hey, all right, well, I can't get out of what I'm doing right now. I can meet you at, I don't know why I did this, but I'll meet you at 2:30 or something that was at the most peak heating. It was just hot. So then I met him. I had to drive only 5 or 6 minutes from my house. It was very close. I know that. Drove over. And then I'm waiting for the guy. And then I see some guy walking up, sweating his ass off in like a black jean coat. I'm like, why is he wearing that? And he's carrying the guitar, sweating. Like, hey, how's it going? All right. So I'm looking at the guitar and I open it up and I'm like, oh. And it had a couple of little things, a little ding here, a little scratch there. And I was like, oh, man, this isn't what I thought it was, dude. I thought this was blah, blah, blah. Man, I can't. I can't take this. I don't even want it. He's like, oh, you mean I certainly don't want it for 500. There's no way. Oh, well, come on, man. Somebody else was going to buy it the other day for 600 on Reverb or whatever it was. I should have did it, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, you should have did it. But here I am right now, $350. American made G&L with the whammy in pretty damn good shape. I sold it much later on Reverb, so we could go and find what I sold it for. Probably 600.
I remember when you bought that G&L.
Yeah, it was so hot. It was so hot, and he just wanted to not have. And he didn't go down too far, but we had kind of agreed at 500 because he was at 8, and I hit him at 5. He's like, "Okay, I'll do 5." So then, was it stolen? Probably, maybe. I don't know. Did I do the research? Not really. I mean, are a lot of things in the world stolen? It's probably was his dead uncle's, was what it seemed like, because it was, kind of crusty and it had the paperwork in the case from like when it was originally sold too.
Okay.
But it was a gig bag. It wasn't its actual case. It was like a tore up old skanky gig bag, but it had a bunch of cool paperwork. And I was like, wow, this is cool for $350. I was like, you can't do better than that because you can't buy any vintage 90s guitar, American made.
But that brings up a question though. Have you ever bought a beat up guitar just to get the case?
Ooh, I would. I mean, I would if it was, say $100 and it included the guitar, and they're like, you take the guitar anyway, and I want the case because I like buying cases. If I can buy cases and I see one that's passable and it's okay for $50, I'll buy it all day. even up to $100 if it's a really good case. And I try to get ahead of it. If I see them, I buy them. But I haven't seen a lot of cases around lately. I need a couple. Les Paul cases, actually. I'd like to have one for this. I could go buy a brand new one down at the store. They only give me 10% off down there, Charles. That seems like it barely pays the tax.
Yeah,
I know. They got my guitars hanging on the wall. I think I should get at least 15% because that would make me feel like I'm a little bit special. Other than
did you tell them you were Seth Presley of Presley California Customs?
I try not to because I feel like then they're gonna only give me 5% off, Charles. Like I just try to just say like, hey, I know the manager. He lives by me. Okay. Oh, I'm Presley. Nice to meet you. And then usually when I say Presley, they say, oh. And I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, is it oh, like oh, or is it oh, or how many ways can that oh go? I mean, come on. Usually it's oh, like I played one of those guitars, but sometimes it's like oh, you slept with my girlfriend. And
Eddie Faye says everyone in California is special. LOL, in a good way.
In a good way. We are special. And dude, Eddie, I work in special ed, so I found my people. My people. It is great. Right in, huh? It is the best job ever, dude. I swear. It's so fun.
I tell you, that is a population of school kids that are truly appreciative of getting quality attention and have respect for their teachers.
I like being able to be a little bit of a defender to make some equal space because these other kids, for the most part, there's a good population of generally good kids, but there's some little jerks that want to be mean. Like not only are they gifted with all these things that they appear fine and they're smart and but they're not taking advantage of that and doing it for good. They're being jerks to these kids that don't even have it as good as they do. So I like being the person to try to change that dynamic. And when I'm successful at it, that's when I really feel great. Sometimes it's a struggle, but for the most part, by winning over the general population, by helping everybody, it helps integrate our kids. We just want to have fun. Our kids have the most fun anyway. That's what I always say.
All right.
We take a lot of breaks.
We've been spending the time talking about whether, summertime is a good time for the deals, right?
Yep.
Okay. But when do you find your best deals?
Probably Christmas, Black Friday. Yep. Or Amazon Deals Day. That's another big one. I order a bunch of stuff on that. Like I've actually made some big. I bought a wetsuit on an Amazon Deal Day that was like $500 or something. Really good wetsuit. But those are my days. I probably the Black Friday, wherever those deals are super.
Have a good one, Randy.
50. Yeah, Randy. We'll chat later. Talk to you later, dude. He's going to start his party now. He's a minute and 15 seconds early, Randy. You can't wait? What the hell?
I think summertime is a good time, but also I think it's really at the end of summer. Like someone had said in the chat, when all the college kids start going back to college and they need money again.
Yeah, totally.
They bought it because they thought they were going to do it, and then it just sat there.
Yep. Rocktober is a good month. I'd say that get the deals when the deals present, because like we've talked about tonight, they come in, they're like a flowing, right? They ebb and they flow. If you have a specific thing in mind, keep that nugget, set aside that money so that you can get it when you see it, especially at a good deal, and be willing to buy something that you might not have thought that you needed, but it's such a good deal that why not? Because you're just parking your money. Right, and sell it to somebody else later. Give them a good deal,
and that's kind of the way that I've always kind of shopped, was be looking for what the deal is that's out there. But so now it's killing me that I'm looking at something specific.
Right. Yeah, and we talked about my Millennium Falcon situation, didn't we? The Millennium Falcons.
A while back, but
yeah. Well, I did get my Millennium Falcon. Like my neighbor finally put out another Millennium Falcon. And so you do get another chance at the Millennium Falcon, and it ended up being a better Millennium Falcon because they obviously threw away the first one because they're like, let's get rid of the smaller one, we're going to keep this one. And then when they got rid of the big one, I saw it and I was like, this first moment I saw it, I was like, oh, that's mine. Boom. So if you walk by my house now,
I know that feeling, Billy.
The hill and you look up in the trees, you might see a squirrel sitting on a Millennium Falcon because I did that.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Well, we probably should get out of here because those good folks over at Guitar Talk Universe are getting started right now.
Yes,
and Steve Brand was nice enough to make a stop by, and him and James are getting started over there. So
Steve was here, all right, because Steve doesn't have to take as many medications as Quentin does. Quentin's night nurse is always hiding right behind the camera to the left. You can see her shadow. She's there. Hey man, I love those guys. They're funny. They make fun of me too, which is probably rightfully deserved. It's cool, but
so go over there, check out Guitar Talk Universe, check out Steve and Quentin James, and of course, following them is going to be Charles Green and Mitch
Heyman and Charles the Shredder Green.
Stopped by today, so that was very nice as well.
Yep. Dude, Charles, thank you so much for hanging out again.
Thank you, brother. And thanks to all the folks in the chat. They gave us a great show, great interaction here in the chat. And we had
hold on. Let's make it like Tony from Addicted to Gear. Everybody has to send in a video if you want to participate in the chat next week. We need to see a video posted on your channel about us. No, I'm just kidding. I'm giving Tony a hard time. Because I was like, I want to be on your show, but I can't. That's too many levels of shit I got to do.
Yeah, so I ain't got that kind of time.
It's fine. He can come on my show.
All right, well,
I love you guys. All right, peace.
Have a great one, folks. We'll see you we'll see you in the chats. See you next time.
Hell yeah, we will. Oh yeah, party time is going down for real. It's going down for real. Are you pleased?
Come on, people, Charles and me, about to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer, turn on your phone. It's about to go down, one volume, one tone. Yeah. Charles and me, we're about to take you on guitar safari. So turn on your computer and turn on your phone, 'cause it's about to go down, one volume,